Hello, everyone. This is Calvin, Professor C here. So today I am doing a live um, Ask Me Anything session on YouTube Live, um, just to keep connection with you guys, as well as I want to see if there's any question that you might have, because I know everyone might be at home doing less things, and you know um, maybe the business is slowing down. I know that the real estate market is slowing by quite a lot this month, so that you might have some free time that you can ask me something, and if that is the case, you can just type it in on the YouTube live chat, and I will try my best to answer you as best as I can. So again, if you have any question, just type it on the side here. I just say hi, and you can just type it there, then I can answer any of your question. You can ask me how to structure a deal. You can ask me about interest rate, the trends, or anything. Okay. Otherwise, I'll give you some updates on on myself. So as you know, I have wrote a book about a month ago, and I have done a YouTube video on that, and I just find out that Amazon is actually not shipping the paperback book to Canada for now due to the COVID-19. And so if any of you have ordered the book, you will find an error message, or you will find that it is not shipping to your address anytime soon. So if you have done that, and my apologies, I didn't even know that ahead of time. So you can wait till the COVID-19. After that, you can reorder it, or you will receive your book after the COVID-19. Now, as for some of the topics that I think is more relevant lately is, for example, the interest rate trend. I think the interest rate is very fluctuating right now, especially Bank of Canada is dropping the bank rate 3 times in the last month, each by 0.5. And so a lot of us, or a lot of our clients, would think that it is very, very low, the interest rate, and they might be thinking that they should come to you asking for a very low rate. However, thanks, Jaka. However, the fixed rate interest rate is actually quite high right now. In fact, if you do a variable rate mortgage rate, you will not only do not receive the discount, but also it will be prime plus. And that is a very common question that the client asks is why? Because Bank of Canada is dropping their interest rate. Why is the bank increasing the interest rate? And the answer lies, there are a couple of answers right now. First of all, the fixed rate interest rate is from the bond rate. It is not directly related to the prime rate. So the prime rate usually would go into the same direction as the bond rate, but currently they're not. Second of all is the bank is buffering their interest rate so that they will keep their profit, because if the Bank of Canada keep on dropping the rate, the bank is not making any money. So that's the second point. So make sure you relay this information to your client, because a lot of client coming in right now and asking for 1 point something percent interest rate, and that's unrealistic. In fact, right now the interest rate has gone up. Okay. Actually, there's something that is very timely today, and you probably see a lot of news going on tomorrow on the newspaper or the radio tonight, is that the oil price oil price future has dropped actually to a negative point. So you probably have heard about the oil price before on the radio. They are usually quoted as $23 per barrel, $35 per barrel. In fact, about a month ago, before the coronavirus, you are talking about $50 per barrel. Today, we are talking about $1 per barrel. So you'll hear a lot of news tomorrow. And how could that be? Is it like free of charge? Something like that. And I'm not quite expert on that, but I know a little bit about the reason why it is dropping to so low. But I think that you should pay attention to that explanation by the news, why the oil price dropped to $1 per barrel, because a lot of clients may have an interest on that topic. And if you know the answer, you can be an expert. Anything, like I always say, that you don't have to be only the expert on mortgage. Anything like this is like business news, you should be an expert on it. So if your client do not know why the oil price, the contract is below $1 per barrel, and you all of a sudden you become the business expert, not only mortgage expert. And anything business related or mortgage related or anything money related, they will actually ask for your advice. And so quite naturally, then you can increase your sales, because if you know everything about money, then they will call you for anything about money. And any time that you increase your contact with your clients, you have extra chance to increase your sales. Okay, so that's why I think that you should not only pay attention to mortgage related news, you should pay attention to any news about money. Just like my last two video, I talk about the government relief package for ordinary people like employee, as well as my last video about government relief package for business owner. Those are not directly mortgage related. However, if you provide the information to the client and they find it useful, well, then first of all, they will thank you, because they may not know anything about the $40,000 Canada Emergency Business Account that they can apply. And if they apply, they got the money, they will thank you. Next time when they think about getting a mortgage, you know what? They will call you. So that's one point. Make sure you try to know anything and everything about money, not to an expert level, but at least read some news, do a little bit more than the client, then you become the expert on that field. Okay. Again, if you have any question, you can type it on the side so that I can answer it. And so I was just talking about the oil price, and it dropped to $1 per barrel or below that. In fact, I heard it is dropping below zero now. It's negative right now. So read the news, understand the reason why it is like that, and become the expert. Now, I spoke about the interest rate trends. Let's talk about something like, how do you get more sales in this environment right now? Because probably you will have less business this 2 weeks. I heard from the real estate friends that they are slowing down by quite a lot. A lot of sellers are holding their property, not putting it on the market right now, because they do not want any people to visit their house, afraid that they may contract the virus due to people coming in to see the house and all that. Also the real estate regulator is urging the real estate agent to stop doing the open house, because it's also for the COVID-19 reason. So I'm pretty sure the real estate market has slowed down by quite a lot. And so for us, this mortgage agent, we should have a slowed down market too. So what can we do to prepare ourselves to increase the sales after? And I think right now for us, we should, if you have extra time, spare time, you should give your clients a call, to say hi. Not only say hi, but by saying hi, I mean, see how they are doing. If you know some of your client is business owner, give them some information about the government relief program. If your client is working in the restaurant industry, give your client a call and see if they understand how they can apply for the $2,000, the government relief program, right? Give them, ask them, give them something, although you cannot see them, but you can talk to them, or even FaceTime, video conferencing, Zoom meeting. Give them some information. Tell them that you care about them. Tell them that you remember that they are working in the industry that is most hard hit, right? If you have a client that is a flight attendant, again, give them a call. Make sure that they have applied for any relief program. I think right now the whole topic is almost always about COVID-19, and this is a very timely issue. Give them a call, see if there's anything that you can help. If you have extra masks, give them and ask them whether they have masks. Maybe send them a couple of those. I have a couple of clients that are doctors. I give them a call and see if there's anything that I can do to help donate some masks or donate some money for them, because I know the PPE, the personal protective equipment, is very lack in the hospital and the frontline workers. So do something like that. I find that the doctors truly appreciate that, and we truly really want to help them too. Not only like we want business, but we actually care about our client, right? So do something like that, because if people are not buying houses, a lot of people are calling to refinance their property. But if they are already out of the work right now, if they're working in the restaurant industry, hospitality industry like hotel, airline industry, it is very, very difficult for them to get a refinance right now because they are out of a job. If they're business owner in those industries, it's very difficult too. So give them a call, just to care for them. Okay. What else is a good topic right now? What do you guys think about the real estate market in the next 3 to 6 months? Anyone think that it will be a huge crash, or or just a soft landing, or any? I have a friend that think the real estate market will pick up actually quite soon, if the or the state of emergency is lifted. What do you guys think? Type it on the comment. Let me think what you think. Okay. Or anything. Ask me anything. If you're new to the industry or if you're planning to join the mortgage agent industry, let me know if you have any question. I'm here to help, right? Or if you have any comment about my new book, if you have bought it and read it, any comment. That's my first time publishing a book, so I know it is not the best for sure, but I will, try to keep it, try to improve it for my next book, and so I hope I can do better. Let me see. Let me see if there's any question from you guys. No, what are you guys doing at home right now? You know, yeah. Any one of you doing a lot of cooking, right? I saw on my Facebook page a lot of my friends are trying to learn how to cook or cooking something new every day, right? Okay. Let me think of another topic that may be interest to you guys. Anyone want to learn anything technical? From as simple as how to calculate the TDS, or anyone want to I don't know. I don't have any sample for appraisal. Okay. Or anyone just want to drop a note to say hi, anything. Otherwise, we have been live for about 18 minutes. I'll give one more minute here, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, okay. Jack have a comment. Let me show it here. I moved from Edmonton to Toronto last year working as a project manager. I'm nervous about starting and really getting, can't imagine a game plan to start and getting client. Okay, good. So let me give you some advice. First of all, you move from Edmonton to Toronto. I think in the last year, if you have a large connection in Edmonton, I think you should do the same in Toronto. So first of all, you need to build up yourself some network. I'm pretty sure you have maybe more network, more more people in Edmonton. You have a bigger network in Edmonton. So after you move to Toronto, you should build up your network again. But I'm pretty sure Toronto is good because Toronto is an IT place, I think, right now. It's a startup place, as you know, Google, Apple, Spotify, Shopify, and all that is building a new head office here, Amazon. So the IT and the startup field is pretty booming, is getting a lot of activity. So you should get to know a lot of those people. Some of those people you can, connect with through LinkedIn, your own resource, your own colleague and staff. Yes, and that's the thing. Once you get to know more people, then being a mortgage agent is easier that way because you can do it as a side job, as a part-time mortgage agent. Now, once you become licensed, you pass the exam, you become licensed. The first thing that I want you to do is to let all your network everyone that you know that you do this, okay? That you do this. And but it's not just by going, sending them email or something like that, because even though you tell them, hey, I become a mortgage agent, they will not ask you for advice, or they will not ask you to do their mortgage for them, because they know that you're part-time, you're not from this industry. They will not risk their biggest purchase and the biggest liability with you. What I suggest you to do is, on your social media or on your networking, start providing some useful information to them. Just like, if the Bank of Canada dropped their interest rate, post a note telling them that, hey, Bank of Canada dropped that. Share a link to the CC News, CTV News, just like today, the oil price dropped to $1 per barrel, the news, and understand why it is, the logic behind it, why it dropped to $1 per barrel. Share some news, especially mortgage related, right? If the B20 or the stress test has changed the rules, share those news. So once you start sharing this type of news and your network start finding it useful, whatever you're sharing is useful and is business or mortgage related, now they will start treating you as an expert in the mortgage field. They will begin to forget that you are IT people. They will now remember you as a mortgage people. Then next time when they start buying houses, they will message you or email you and say that, hey, Jaka, I am actually planning to buy a house. What should I do? Should I go ask the real estate agent first, or should I do a pre-approval with you first? Right? I saw a lot of video or news or link that you provide. I know that you are now in the mortgage industry, right? So that's how you put yourself as an expert, present yourself as an expert, and not just go ahead and telling everybody, hey, now I just start become a mortgage agent last month. If you need a mortgage, give me a call, right? Those are not useful. They will not call you, right? If they know that you are just a mortgage agent for 1 or 2 months, they will not have their $3 million home have you do their mortgage for sure, right? So start by sharing some type of information like this, and hopefully, they will now treat you as an expert in that in that industry, and then they will start asking for your advice. So I hope that answered your question, Jaka. That should be your game plan. Okay, start sharing some of your expert news or anything on your social media, or emailing your friends, something like that. WhatsApp, doesn't matter. Any type of connection you have, just share the information. Okay. Let me see what else you might want to know. Maybe when you start, other than the warm market, how do you start getting more sales, right? Thank you. So some of the advice that I give my new mortgage agent to increase the sales in the cold market, right? Jaka I just gave example for Jaka to get sales from the warm market. So how do you get business from the cold market? Say that you just moved from Edmonton or Vancouver to Toronto, and you know no one, right? And all your connection is in Edmonton. So obviously, if they're buying a house, they were not looking for you for the mortgage, right? So how do you get more sales in the cold market? And one of the best way I find that is to attend open house. Now, before you attend the open house, make sure you have a very good knowledge about the mortgage, technical knowledge, foundation of the knowledge about mortgage first. Because just like if you have a chance to go on American Idol, right? So you're in front of a lot of people, but your singing is not good that night, right? Your presentation is bad. Your magic tricks is not good. Then you will lose that audience right away, right? So make sure you know what you're talking about first before going to the stage and get client. And the stage is the open house. That's one of the best way I find to do that. Although right now open house is, you can't see any open house because of the COVID-19. But once the state of emergency is lifted, this is probably the best way to do it. So first step is the technical background, technical knowledge about mortgage, right? How to calculate TDS. The difference between a pre-construction and a resale. The calculation about the condo versus a freehold townhouse, something like that. Then once you know that, bring some business card, dress professionally. And there are two ways to go to open house and get business. One is targeting the real estate agent. That one is a little bit more complex, and I think we will not have time to talk about that. But the other one is targeting the people who go to open house, the people who go visit the open house. That is the stage for you. That is the American Idol stage. That is your Broadway. Because everyone who walk into that open house want to buy a house. Am I correct? Mostly, right? If you are not planning to buy a house, why are you walking into the open house? It's at least 80% of them has an intention to buy a house in the next 3 to 6 months, right? So that is big, big audience. And those are filtered audience. Everyone walk in want to buy a house. So my tricks, okay, this is just because you guys are live here. I don't teach this often. I haven't even teach this on any of my YouTube video. My tricks is to go in to an open house, try to find a place that you find it is unique to that house. What I mean is, if you see that the master bedroom is super big, it's one of the biggest you see, or if you find that the ensuite bathroom is very unique, is very nice, or even go in and talk to the real estate agent and ask them, tell me about the most unique feature about this house, right? And he will, present it to you. Oh, the most unique feature about this house is the master bedroom. It has a 12-foot ceiling, something like that, right? So go in, find the unique feature about the house, preferably on the second floor, okay, and stay there. So, for example, the master bedroom is the unique feature. Stay in there, okay? Usually, the real estate agent would be on the main floor, opening the door. So they would not be at the second floor. Make sure that you are not on the same floor or in the same room with the real estate agent, okay? Stay in the master bedroom. So anyone who come into the open house, they come into the master bedroom, you can stand beside them, right? So they are watching it here. They are looking at, oh my God, that ceiling is so nice. It's very unique. The chandelier, whatever, right? You stand beside that, and they are looking maybe, and then you kind of look at them and say, oh my God, did you see the master bedroom? This is so unique. Like, I have never seen this type of master bedroom before. It has a 12-feet ceiling or something, right? Look at the ensuite bathroom. My God, this is so big. I've never seen such a big ensuite bathroom before. So if that is truly unique, right? The guy come in, look at that and say, yeah, my God, this master ensuite, the bathroom is like twice as big as our existing house, right? So you and him start connecting. You see what I mean? Now you have a common topic, right? So you can, kind of connect a bit and say, oh yeah, I know. This master ensuite is like 3 times as big as my existing bathroom. This is very, very nice. I've never seen this before. And look at the bathtub. It's so unique, right? So once you have the common topic, right? So you can start talk to them a little bit. Like, ask them, hey, are you from this neighborhood, or are you from somewhere else? Like, yeah, exactly. So you say, very nice icebreaker, right? Yeah, I think so. So once you connect to them, ask them, right? Are you from this neighborhood? They may say, yeah, I live like 2 streets down the road, or I live like 10 minutes down the road, right? And you can say that, hey, I'm from the neighborhood too, if you're from the neighborhood, right? If you're not, then you say, yeah, really? How is this neighborhood? I'm not actually from this neighborhood. I'm from like another city. I'm from Mississauga. I'm from North York, right? Ask them, and they say, yeah, I like this neighborhood. That's why I want to move from a single garage to a double garage, but I want to stay within this neighborhood, something like that, right? So you get to know that guy a little bit, right? And you say, oh, really? And then they will ask you, oh, you're from North York. Why do you want to move here? Then you can say, oh, I'm actually looking, to see how this neighborhood, or I just drive by this neighborhood. I see the house is nice outside, so I just come in to take a look. I might want to move to this area. My friend said this is nice, something like that, right? So then you can start getting into topic. You say, yeah, but by the way, do you know, like, have you can ask them, right? So have you but right now the mortgage market is pretty tough to qualify, right? And they say, yeah, I heard on the news that it is, it's very tough to qualify. The bank is not, is not easily approving and all that stuff, right? Then you can say, yeah, I heard about that too. In fact, I'm actually a mortgage agent. This is my business card. And if you have questions, let me know. I can try to help you out, something like that, right? So give them the business card, right? And if they call you, they might have they may not call you. And this is a number game, right? You do not expect every single one of those people would call you. But even if 1 out of 10 or out of 20 or only 1 people call you for the whole open house, you know what? That's okay. How much you earn as an average for average deal? Like, say, what, $500,000 mortgage, right? You earn couple $1,000. So even if you spend like 2 hours, open house is usually 2 to 3 hours, right? even if you spend 2 hours and you get one lead, that's a lot of money. Combine that with all the time that you need to work on the deal to get it done, to get it fun, you still make like a lot of money, over $100 per hour. I would take it any day, right? So if you have no lead, if you have no warm contact whatsoever, the best way to do it is to go to open house, okay? Talk to some of the people, get an icebreaker, talk to them about that and say that, hey, you know what? If you are interested, if you need any help, just let me know. Call me anytime, no worry, right? You will be surprised how many people would actually pull you aside and ask you right there, right in the house. Hey, you know what? This house is really, really nice. It's $1.2 million. But I don't even know if I would qualify for it. I did a pre-approval at TD Bank, but they only told me that I can only qualify for to purchase a 1.15 million. I'm wondering if 1.2, can I be a little bit over? Right? And that's, where, your foundation comes into play, right? If you can answer that question right away, immediately in front of them, I guarantee you get the deal. You will get the deal immediately because no one answered those questions right in front of them, right? In fact, one of my staff actually went to an open house, but that one is with the real estate agent, and that's another topic, is another technique, how you work together with the agent to do the open house. That day, not only my staff get a client immediately, they also get the client. The client actually was thinking of using another real estate agent to represent them to buy the house, but that day they actually get the client to sign with the agent that is doing the open house, right? So the agent is very happy. My staff is very happy. We get the client, mortgage, and the new house, everything done almost immediately right there in the house. So that's how powerful it is. So if you want to cultivate your cold market, open house property is the best, right? And that's why you need to dress properly to, just like you go to American Idol, you do not dress like a bum. You dress probably your best dress, go out there and get some business, right? So hopefully that's useful for you. That's one of the tricks that I teach in my live webinar. I do a live webinar training once a month. And this is one of the tricks that I teach my students, how to get business in the cold market. You don't do the cold call. You don't do, mass emailing and all that. Those might be useful, but the percentage of deals that you get is much lower than directly going to the open house. Okay, so I have been on live for almost 40 minutes. I was planning to do half an hour, but thank you for all the questions and all of you who spent about 40 minutes with me on YouTube Live. Hopefully I will do it again soon when I find time. And then I will talk to you next time. If you need to connect to me, go to my YouTube and look at any of my description. I have all the social media contact there. You can contact me there. Otherwise, I thank all of you for taking time to be on my YouTube Live, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you.